everybody. Welcome to another episode of our Wellness Wednesdays chat with me, Janine, and Juanita. This Wednesday, we will be making wellness collages. Now, I've never done this before, so I have some materials here that, I kind of, let me let you see here, like some stickers and my board, and I have a cutout, some scissors and tape and stapler and all of that. So I'm just gonna kind of put some stuff together as we go along and see how that works out. I don't know. And I'm thinking it's nothing that's specific. You make your own collage with, what you have in mind, and we're going to have some questions as we go along that we're going to ask and just try to keep the conversation flowing while we're working on our projects. Hey, Janine.
Hello.
How are you? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I got my coloring pencils out and I got these cute little metallic color
Ooh,
pens and
perfect.
some paper. I'm just gonna draw because I was I have no magazines.
Got it.
So we'll just draw and
Yeah.
cut.
I didn't have any magazines either. I was maybe I should have thought about that. I don't think my whole face is in there. Oh, there we go. I was like, maybe I should have thought about all this before I decided to do a wellness collage night. But I guess making a collage can be whatever it is that you want it to be.
It's whatever you want it to be,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got some little affirmations and stuff that I'm gonna cut out,
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and some pictures of places that I want to go. I got all these stickers and little cool stuff. So we'll see how this goes. But how's your day been today?
It was good actually. I worked and then I rearranged my closet. I'm always cleaning. I can't help it. I have
It's
OCD.
fine.
So, and then I just finished that not too long ago. It was a
Are
good
you
day.
happy with the end result?
Yeah, I am. I kind of switch stuff around my house periodically.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
I grew up watching my mom do that,
Yeah,
so I do it all the
yeah.
time.
And it's good to it's good for our wellness. I feel
Yeah,
looking at
yeah.
the same thing all
I
the
would definitely
time.
agree. I would definitely.
Yeah, looking at the same thing all the time
Excuse
gets
me.
boring. You know,
Yeah,
I change my living room around and my bedroom around a lot. But I know my body be like, "Girl, sit down."
I know, right?
Who you think
Like
you
I'm
are?
not sitting down. I will not sit down.
Exactly. Who you think you are and what you think you doing?
Yeah.
What you got planned for this weekend?
I actually nothing. I'm going to sit in the house. I mean, I'm gonna try to get out because I want to get back to my kind of one tank trips and my nature hikes, and I want to get
Yeah,
back to doing the things that I used to do.
yeah,
So that is my goal, is to kind of get back out in nature and do the things that I love to do. And it's summer's approaching, and
yeah.
I used to go and just go see waterfalls, and so I want to get back into doing that.
Ooh, is there a lot of that where you live?
You know what? I have lived in Ohio all of my life, and there is so much beauty here in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of beauty here.
Okay,
Now, when you get to
love that.
southern Ohio and out, you see a lot more, stuff.
Yeah, got it, got it. What do you got planned? You got anything specific planned for the next couple of weeks?
No, I want to try to plan a vacation,
Yeah.
um, work, try to go see my parents, and that's it. What about you? What are your weekend plans?
I think there's a farmer's market here that I want to try to go to. I love farmers markets, but I don't get to catch them often.
Okay.
Because I don't drive. I catch, my Ubers and my Lyfts and things like that. And so a lot of them are kind of far out. And you
Yeah,
don't want to, pay a lot of money on getting there, and then you can't really spend what you want to spend, once you get there. So,
that's true.
yeah, I was thinking about that. It just depends on where it is. But other than that, I'll just be at home, working. School is getting a little bit harder now that we're getting to close to the end. So I have a lot of things that I need to
Yeah.
do. I have a net in here, so I don't want people to think that I'm going crazy because I keep doing this. But I have one little net that's kind of just getting on my nerves. I don't know what that's about. But that's about it. Like getting schoolwork done, taking care of Frankie. Frankie hasn't been feeling well these past couple of weeks. Not that he's like to the point where it's like an emergency
Yeah.
state, but just like people, they have kids, they know their kids when they're not feeling well. I know my dog when he's not feeling well. So, I've been dealing with that too. Cause I don't know, I guess I didn't prepare for him to get older and things to start happening because he's an animal. You don't really
Yeah.
think about it with animals. You only think about it with like humans, but they're just like us, like he's not feeling well at all. He has a lot of things going on that I can't necessarily like target because I don't know. It's not like they can tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be dealing with that. Just getting our linkage calendar together for breast cancer awareness early and
Okay.
my normal stuff like work and stuff like that. I went to the movies last weekend and so this weekend I'm kind of just gonna cool out here and get some things done.
Yeah. I don't have a car either, but whenever I go somewhere, I usually just get rentals and just keep it moving.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. Because that's a little bit easier than doing the Ubers and the
It
Lyfts, but I
is.
just don't like
It is a
driving.
lot easier, and I don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't go a lot of places all the time since I work from home, so
yeah,
I save a lot of money.
yeah. That's true. No, that is true. I didn't even think about that because we talk about that a lot, but I didn't think about you do save a lot of money working from home because you don't have to worry about getting gas and all
Yeah.
that driving back and forth. I didn't really think about that. So we have questions, like I was saying when we first started tonight. We have questions, and my question is, what are your personal values? That's the first question that I have for you tonight.
Okay. Um, my personal values, honestly, are kind of my spirituality and just always reminding myself to stay grounded. Um, to kind of always be in that space. And then I know you can't be balanced all the
Yeah,
time. I know sometimes you get a little frustrated, and it's almost also like honoring my feelings,
yeah,
even if I am angry or upset or upset, and just allowing myself to have my feelings and allow myself to process them, because that's one of the ways I think that's very important too, just not suppressing no feelings and allowing yourself to
yeah.
feel how you feel. But yeah, I think one of my biggest values that has, really gotten me through so much would be my spirituality.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. What are you proud of? What is something that you're proud of, whether it was recent or in the past? Is there something particular that you're proud of that you think about often?
I do. And so normally when you get asked that question as a cancer survivor, you automatically say surviving cancer.
Yeah.
But that's actually not it for me, actually. So like many years ago, this probably had to be like, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, I found myself like stuck like in this loop, and feeling very much stuck in my life, feeling like, lost, and making the decision, excuse me, to heal,
Yeah.
like to come out of, oh my goodness, excuse me, making that decision to come out of being lost. And I'm proud of my mindset during that time, because I've learned like there's nothing wrong with being lost. I think that
Yeah.
lost is kind of like, I got something in my throat. I'm so sorry.
I was
Hold on.
about to say, go get something to drink, girl.
Oh my goodness.
That happens to us all, when we're trying to talk or something, either something gets caught in our throat or when we're on the phone, something happens on the phone. It's always that.
Oh,
That.
excuse me.
No, you're fine. It is fine. I was
But
just
I
saying,
was gonna
it's
say,
always something.
I feel like being lost is like the way to tell you kind of to explore, to kind of like remember your way back.
Yeah.
And I feel like being lost definitely allowed me to explore and find my way back, like to myself. So I am very proud of that, like being proud of myself and setting boundaries and
Yeah.
doing the things that are so hard to
Yeah.
do. So I'm proud of myself for that.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank
Oh, you're
you.
welcome. And the last question is, what is something that you're learning about yourself more each day?
What I'm learning about myself each oh my it's so many.
I know.
Um Number one, I've learned that I am a indecisive person. I
Okay.
go
All right.
back and forth on my mind about stuff a lot. I can't help it, I just do.
Yeah.
And I am learning that I, I like my solitude
Yeah.
maybe a lot more than I should. Sometimes I just like being alone. I'm
Yeah.
trying to actually come out of that habit. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm working through that in therapy. But and then the last thing that I've learned about myself is that I I have OCD.
But when you
Like
say
I'm
that,
more
is it like really bad or is it just something
no,
that
I mean it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but I definitely have OCD, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's
okay.
okay as long as I like balance it, but I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think it's bad either, but I also have OCD, so it's like I don't think we're gonna say to each other that it's bad. I think people on the outside looking in will probably think it's bad, but
Yeah,
I feel like as long as it doesn't complicate our lives in any way or make life difficult for us in any way, it's not an issue. Like my OCD just is based on like my cleanliness in my area, my home,
yeah,
things like that, how I keep things a certain way. And I feel like everybody should be that way. So I don't think that it's a problem unless people make it a problem.
I was gonna say, did Juanita try to get in?
No, I was looking the whole time. I haven't seen her, so I'm not sure if she's having some issues tonight. With trying to log in. Every time we try to get in, it's always something. I figure she will send me a text or something.
Okay,
Um,
but I
but
did
it's
have some questions for you as well.
oh, you do?
I just
Sure.
my question for you was what about your challenges and what you've overcome, whether it's cancer or non-cancer related.
Um, I would say something. I wouldn't say I've overcome it, but I am getting through it. And the idea is to overcome it. But that would be like family trauma, childhood trauma, things like that. People think that oh my goodness, I don't know what just happened with my little contraption here. Um they think that when you get older, I guess you're not supposed to think about certain things or you're not supposed to be affected by certain things. But actually, what happened with me is the older that I got, the more I started to experience the trauma and think about the trauma and deal with the trauma because at a young age, you're kind of moving all around and you're just living life and you're not dealing with it, you're kind of suppressing it. And so
Yeah.
I would say that was a big challenge, but over the years that I've been in therapy, I've definitely made some monumental growth as far as moving forward in my feelings and emotions and being able to express myself functionally, and things like that. And just having that control. So I think that that's been a challenge, but it's something that I would definitely give myself a pat on the back because we don't give ourselves a pat on the back enough. We're definitely always our worst enemy, pointing out all the bad things that we see in ourselves. But
Yeah.
although that was a challenge, I do feel like I'm definitely moving past it and moving forward from it.
Okay. And I would agree you are.
Oh,
Just
thank you.
from we talk and you share things with me, and I would definitely agree. And I'm very proud of you as well for
Oh my
just
gosh,
pushing
I don't know
past all
what
that.
happened. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my goodness.
I get. Are you there?
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Can you see me?
I can.
Okay, I don't know what just happened, but I could barely hear you anymore. But we're just gonna leave it at that. What were you saying before my phone decided to act crazy?
I said that I would agree, and I'm very proud of you for just pushing forward despite because childhood trauma is hard. It's hard to work through. It takes some people years. I worked through my own childhood trauma, so I it's hard.
Yeah. It takes a long time. It took me over 30 years because, like I said, sometimes you have to identify with it first.
Yeah.
You have to identify with it to be able to grow from it and move on from it. And I didn't. I did. Look at Frankie. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you he was going
What
to
my
try to make
nephew
an
doing?
appearance? Didn't I tell you he was going to make an appearance tonight? You see, I'm on the live, Frankie. He doesn't
Frankie don't
care.
care.
He doesn't care. But yes, Frankie, mentioning Frankie, he is a part of helping me get past a lot of trauma and a lot of things that I've gone through. I've had Frankie ever since he was 5 weeks old, and he's 8 years old now.
Okay.
And so he's been with me throughout radiation and some of my surgeries and things like that. So I don't know what I would do without him. So he's been a very big part of, my getting past a lot of
He is
things
a
in my journey.
distinguished young man.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. What was the other question you said you had?
um, I think I was asking you about how you basically answered it, how you overcame those obstacles and how did you overcome them?
Oh, how I overcame them. A lot of praying.
Yeah.
First of all, if I'm being completely honest, like a lot of praying, and I had to kind of change my mindset and get serious about surviving, not just saying I want to survive, but get serious about it and start doing the active work to get my body back in, the place where I can
Yeah.
function.
Yeah.
I've had a whole bunch of times where I've almost given up. I've had a whole bunch of times where I have given up and saying, I'm not going to take the medicine anymore. I'm not going to do the treatment anymore and things like that. But it never kind of ended up good for me by doing that. So
Yeah.
those are all learning lessons in the challenges. Like you were presented with the challenge and either you accept it or you don't. And sometimes I accepted it and sometimes I didn't. And, I kind of had to walk through that. It was very hard, but now I appreciate life so much more and I have a better understanding of like what my purpose is. And so as long as I hold on to that, I don't really think about it, in a negative way.
Yeah.
I just, I thank God for, I don't even regret a lot of things. Some people think that we're supposed to regret stuff too, but if, I don't regret things because I've changed. I'm a whole different person than who I used to be. So, and that's in a good way. And
Yeah.
so I owe that to this journey. And so I can say, um, it took a lot away from me because it did, but it gave me a lot as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like
So,
that.
yeah, it
Learning
gave me
how
a lot.
to shift the perspective and see things from a different angle. I like
Yeah,
that too.
yeah.
Yeah. So my next question would be, what are your goals for the next year?
Oh, for the next year?
Yeah, like
Um,
what goals do you want to accomplish?
so for this to end out this year, I'll be finishing up my degree in school. So that is a goal that I've been
Congratulations
striving
for
for.
that.
Thank you so much. I've been striving for that goal for the past 4 years, and so it's finally here. So that is monumental to me. Surviving, even though that's so like you can just that can mean so many things, but with the journey that I've been on with my body and how one day I'm good and one day I'm not, I'm in the hospital 1 week, the next week I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
just still being here and being able to do this, being able to do this live with you, being able to run linkage, being able to go back to school, being able to just be,
Yeah.
um, is something that I'm very proud of and something that I'm going to continue to work hard on. Life is a journey, it never stops.
Yeah.
So, although we think we may have reached goals and reached things that we strive for, once you get to that, it's a new goal that you have to strive
Goal,
for. So,
definitely.
I would say within the next year to continue to grow linkage. We're doing so fantastic. I'm so proud. So continue to grow within the community, continue to serve the community, and just continue to do what I'm set to do. I have a lot of plans with linkage. I want to get like a commercial property where, we can set up an actual location and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So I want to be able to do all these things within the next year. I want to move. I want to get a car.
Yeah.
I want to do all these different things. So you have to speak it into fruition and you have to manifest it. And
Yes.
so, although in no way, shape, or form am I ready to get any of those things right now, I know that it's going to
It,
happen and that's what I'm working towards.
mhm.
We were just talking about that. So I'm ready, so those are my goals, getting my body back in shape, eating better,
Yeah.
those type of things, focusing more on my wellness.
Okay.
This is going out. Let me put the other one in. Let me see.
I can still hear you clearly
Oh,
though.
can you? Okay, good. You're back. I don't know. I'm having such a hard time with this electronics tonight. Are you
Yeah.
on my headset? Okay, you're on my headset.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to actually answer some of the questions that I asked you earlier too,
Okay.
just so we can get some different perspectives. But um, as far as my personal values, like I value just being strong, having dignity, having integrity, being honest. I value my relationships with people that I've developed over time. That means so much to me.
Mhm.
Sometimes, that saying when they say like you can have family that's not your blood type of thing, and that is so
It
true.
is.
I've grown to love so many different people from so many different parts of the world, and have grown so many different relationships that it's made me feel just so full, so I
Mhm.
value that a lot. I value the fact that people are inspired by me or empowered by me in any way, that I value that a lot as well. And what I would say I'm proud of mostly, of course, is Linkage and, what we're doing, and proud to see that we're getting stronger within the breast cancer community, being there more for each other, showing support,
Yeah.
developing things, more creative things, and not just like the same things, that everyone's doing, but just different things, and trying to like think outside of the box with how we're trying to heal the community in all these different ways. So I'm
Mhm.
very proud of that. And what I'm learning about myself more every day, honestly, and I'm going to say in the past like month or so, patience.
Oh yeah.
Like patience I didn't even know that I had. I didn't even know. But when you have goals and when you have things that you want to do, you kind of learn new ways about yourself. And so I'm so used to doing everything alone, and that so now I have a whole team working with me and helping me and all of that. And so that's definitely been a journey. But I would say something good. I'm learning about myself that I do well working as a team, and I thrive. I would say that I thrive working as a team because it feels good to know that I'm not by myself. I thought I was going to be afraid to, be able to delegate tasks and get people to support my mission. But when you find like-minded souls in the world and you connect, everything is just divine
Yeah.
and it happens the way it's supposed to happen. And so that's what gives me like this calm and this like just feeling of like peace and happiness within Linkage, because I know the hard work that's being done to make sure that we support our sisters and support each other.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's very important to me.
Yeah.
Like I said, doing things like this is very important to me. Our time is, we got 5 more minutes left. I try to give us like 30 minutes just to kind of do something creative and just talk and ask questions and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important for people to get all different types of perspectives and not just see our faces online or on the website. I want them to be able to hear our voices and hear what we have to say and hear about the things that we have going on and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So I think that this is very, very important. Like sometimes when I don't feel well, I'm just like, oh, I don't even know. Like tonight, I'm just like, I don't even know um, what I'm gonna talk about. Like what are we gonna bring to the table tonight? But I think having this platform, a part of having this platform is just being like open and free and just being able to talk about whatever comes to your mind, at that moment.
Yeah. I think that is definitely true. Just being open.
Yeah. What you got going on over there with your collage?
I'm actually just writing words to like positive affirmations I can cut out so I can glue onto
Perfect.
my next little. I probably will use not a actual piece of paper, but I'll probably end up putting it on canvas and like
Oh,
painting the canvas and then
yeah.
putting the stuff. Yeah.
I was thinking about that tonight too, but by the time I thought about it, we had like 10 minutes before we
Yeah.
was about to start. And I was like, you know what? I'm not about to pull out all this stuff and then be sitting here scrambling
by the time we
Yeah, because my thing is, I could have sat by my bar, but I